Let him talk.
Oh man, I'm going to keep this really quick because I think everybody'd rather drink beer and eat chips or something here. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming to support Peter Goldmark. Goldmark, right? Peter Goldmark is the guy. So keep that deep in your brain and in your bones, and make sure you share it frequently with people you run into. We got to remember that Goldmark is the guy for what we're trying to do here. I'm thinking, obviously governor is a pretty important position in our state. I mean, is anything more important than lands commissioner, public lands commissioner, than perhaps governor? I mean, it's right up there. It ought to be the second thing on the ballot, right? So, let's keep that in mind. I mean, especially today with all the environmental challenges going on this planet, the public lands commissioner is really, really, really up there. So don't forget that. I'm sure most of you are aware of that. Real quick, in the Sumas, Gene talked about the challenges going on up there. I just got a call yesterday from a guy who was trying to find the Lost Lake Trail up on Sumas Mountain. How many people here have been up Sumas Mountain? You hiked the trail? Yeah, we got a few who know the area. Spectacular trail. The north, in my mind, the north 2,000 acres should have been a state park, many, many years ago. And DNR is doing their best to get rid of that possibility by just chipping away at the forest. So I had this guy that called me yesterday and he says, hey, what's with all the new timber sale signs? And so he was trying to do the little hike, beautiful little hike in some nice forest into Lost Lake up on Sumas Mountain, and there's signs everywhere. I haven't been up to see it myself, but he assured me that it's kind of grim looking. This is on the heels of some logging last year where I think it was Alan Fritzberg. I don't know if Alan's here tonight. He called me up and said, hey, they're logging up there at Friendly Cabin up on Sumas Mountain. And I got in touch with the local forester and said, well, what's going on up there? We got a lot of trails and so forth. And he says, oh yeah, it's going to be really nice. I think you'll be impressed. We're going to be real sensitive. The cabin's going to be fine, etc. We're going to leave some trees around the cabin. Well, I asked him to send me all the material. He sent me the maps, and you look at the legend on the map and it says trail. It has a line symbol for a trail. But you look on the map, there's no trails. Well, obviously Sumas Mountain has got quite a trail system. It's been there for probably 100 years. So I wrote back, emailed him back. I said, well, why aren't the trails on the map? And he says, well, they're not official, so they don't really exist. I said, they're not official. What does it take? I mean, 200 years of trails, do they become official? So that was kind of pathetic, and that's kind of what we're up against there. Also, they've since clear cut and built a road right immediately adjacent to Friendly Cabin. The guy that called me yesterday said that he heard the cabin's not even there anymore, so I've got to get up there and find out. But it's a disaster on Sumas Mountain. Blanchard Mountain, I could probably just do a little cut and paste of Sumas and insert Blanchard, and we have a lot of the same issues we just heard about from Gene. So I won't go into all the morbid history and gory details of Blanchard, but this community has been hearing about that issue for going on 20 years now. And there was there was an attempt made last year to try to resolve it, but for many of us it didn't come close to a fair resolution of that issue. And we've since challenged him in court. We've had a number of hearings and lots of briefs and motions going back and forth, and I can say that right at the moment we're 4 for 4. We've won every order that's come down from the judge, and things are looking up, although the battle isn't over by any shot. If you want to learn more about that, just take a look at checkinatconservancy.org, and there's quite a write-up there. So again, Goldmark, Peter Goldmark is the guy. So let's all get out there and make it happen. It really was a dead heat in the primary, so if everybody brought one more person to the election booth, or the absentee ballot, whatever the case might be, it's going to make the difference, going to turn the tide. So Yahoo, Peter Goldmark. Thanks.